Ready? Okay, 1, 2, 3, start.
Hey friends, how are you all today? It's a great day today. And so we have reached our third episode. And we are thankful, me and Ritu, both of us are very thankful to people who listened to our last two podcasts. And we have genuinely received genuine responses and we are very happy with the feedback. And so everything is not always 100%, but then we are working on getting there. We might not be perfect always, but then we would love you all the listeners to give us true feedback so that we can improve and we can do better. So after our last two podcasts on Wabi Sabi and minimalism, today we will talk about veganism. Now, veganism is a very broad topic, and not all of us are well aware of what veganism is, but we'll try and bust some myths today with few experts and few friends who have been in this line for a long time. And I personally took veganism a year back, so I'll be talking about my experiences and how being a vegan has changed me as a person, how veganism has changed my health, and how it has, I am becoming a better person with it. So there are many topics that we'll be discussing, and there are two basic myths that we will be bursting today. So the first would be the nutritional myths that are related to veganism, and the second is your lifestyle myths that are related to veganism. So last year I remember when I became a vegan, so people came up and asked me that why did you become vegan, and why did you choose this lifestyle. So to start with, let me be very clear that for me veganism is not a diet. It's not keto. It's not like you choose a regime or a GM diet that we say. So it's basically a lifestyle for me. So I choose what I eat because I want to reach somewhere and do some better to the world, bring some betterment to the world. Now, if we talk about the description of veganism, so veganism is actually a way of living, and it abstains. So people who take up veganism, they abstain themselves from eating animal products. So vegans don't eat food derived from animals, such as meat or milk or any dairy product. You name it, you get. So like butter, cream, cheese, anything. No, it's a complete no. Now, there are few sections of vegans who also do not wear clothing that is made of animal skin. So leathers are a complete no. Full woolen, 100% woolen clothing is not a no. So we don't. So we generally choose to go for pure cotton or khadi that we call. So it's more sustainable living. So veganism is more about sustainable living, and we choose to eat plant-based food. And so there are few research that says that if you follow a plant-based diet, so veganism is a plant-based diet. So if you follow a plant-based diet, it helps you, it avoids or it abstains from a few cancer types, or it keeps your cholesterol under control. It helps you maintain your blood sugar. It reduces blood pressure, and it has not just physical or changes, but then a lot depends on it changes your mental condition as well. So if I talk about the benefits that I got from veganism, they are not just one. They are like ends of it. So the first thing that I found out that I lost weight incredibly, and so I stopped taking milk or dairy products 3 years back. So before I became a vegan, I had already stopped taking dairy products, and my body was accustomed to that. So my body got accustomed to not taking milk or butter or anything related to milk. And then slowly when I turned vegan, I started only on plant-based diet. I stopped eating non-veg, and though I love mutton, and that's one thing I think I miss a lot. But then I restricted myself to plant-based diet, and I sleep better. My anxiety is in control, and I don't get anxious. My sugar is in control, and I feel good. so it has increased the the endurance part of it. So endurance, your immunity, it increases. So when we talk about myths, so people don't have that much of knowledge about veganism, and they have these questions. So these are not just myths, but these are the knowledge that you don't have. So there are lots of questions when you try something new. So if you are becoming a minimalist, you have thoughts about it. Why do I have to live a minimalist life? So just like that, if you are turning vegan, you have so many questions. How does it affect me? How does my the need that your body has, vitamins, minerals, proteins, do you get that much of it when you are on a plant-based diet? And so these are a few nutritional myths that we'll be busting today. So before we start on the myths, I'll give you a few research, pointers that few research have got up with. Like, so 99% of farm animals, they spend their whole lives in confined to a factory setting, and the livestock and their byproducts that we say are accountable for 51. So 51 is a very large number. 51% of all greenhouse gas emissions worldwide. 51%. And then the other fact that actually I got flabbergasted by this, because this was a research done by someone, and it said that 2,500 gallons of water is used just to make 1 pound of beef, and that's a huge amount of water that is used just for 1 pound. And because this creates water shortage, imagine how much of water can you save. The next thing is the nutritional myths that I'm talking about here is, the first one is, in a plant-based diet, people think that they don't get enough protein, but that's actually a myth. You get enough protein from a plant-based diet. Now you have supplements for it. Now, like, for example, substitutes, if I say. So you get lots of protein from beans, pulses, nuts, broccoli. Then you have your peas. Then you have spinach. Then you have your brown rice. Then you have your whole wheat pastas. You have whole wheat, wheat, quinoa, peanuts, cashews, almonds, and you name it, you have it. Because all of these are plant-based, and nuts are very good for health, and they give the protein that your body needs. The second one is, that milk. Milk is simply, it's like milk is necessary. But if I tell you that milk is actually not necessary for a diet, you will actually say, no, it is. No, but it is not. Milk, so every nutrient that milk has can be, it can be found in a whole plant-based food. For example, there are some nutrients that are needed for your healthy bones, that we say, children need healthy bones, and basically milk is needed or help you with calcium. But the nutrients, there are some nutrients that are needed for developing healthy bones, keeping your bones active and healthy, that are like magnesium or vitamin K. These two things are not in milk, which are very essential for human bones. Now, to talk more about, to know more about this, we talked to Dr. Dutta, and she'll be giving us few insights on this, and talk about how plant-based diet is good and how it can improve your health, and how it is not adding, or it is not following the plant-based diet will make you malnutrition, or milk is necessary for your body. So she'll be busting these myths for us, and once we have those, it will be very clear that veganism, or moving to a plant-based diet is very good for your health, basically. So if we say one of the three reasons that I spoke about, that we move to veganism to make us healthy, and because it increases our immune system. And Dr. Dutta will clear all our doubts in that.
Hello everyone, I'm Mani Dutta. I'm a physical therapist practicing in the United States. I'm also a certified nutritional physical therapist, member of American College of Lifestyle Medicine, practicing functional nutrition, and recommend whole food, plant predominant eating pattern to prevent, treat, and reverse lifestyle-related chronic disease conditions. In the last 15 years of my practice in India, Canada, and the US, I had the opportunity to treat patients with chronic disease conditions, and oftentimes one person have multiple diagnoses. They are taking medicine for every disease condition. But what if we know the root cause that is causing these multiple signs, symptoms, and diagnoses? What if these conditions are lifestyle related and reversible? In 2020, during the COVID-19 pandemic, we heard multiple times that people with comorbidities are at a higher risk of getting COVID-19 due to low immunity. So it feels like everything is connected, and we need to connect those dots to find a sustainable solution. So I'd like to start with an interesting fact that out of 10 leading causes of death in the United States, 7 of the disease conditions are lifestyle related and they are preventable. And you can find that list in Center of Disease Control. So the number 1 cause is heart disease. Number 2 is cancer. Number 4 is chronic lower respiratory disease. Number 5 is stroke. Number 6 is Alzheimer's. Number 7, diabetes. And number 8, kidney disease. And these are the 7 conditions. They are lifestyle related and they are preventable. So Dr. Campbell performed an epidemiological study called the China study in the 1980s. And he found an association between diet and lifestyle factors and disease rates. And you can find this study in nutritionstudies.org. So he found 3 interesting and intriguing facts. The number 1 is high blood cholesterol levels were higher in people consuming more animal foods and is strongly associated with chronic degenerative diseases. Number 2 is high plant consumption is associated with lower estrogen levels, and lower estrogen level means lower chances of breast cancer. And number 3 is plant-based foods have more fiber, and more fiber means lower chance of rectal and colon cancer. And there are multiple studies that also confirm that eating a whole food plant-based diet lowers the risk of broad range of health concerns. It can prevent and reverse heart disease, improve cholesterol, lower blood pressure, lower body weight, improves insulin sensitivity, and treat and reverse type 2 diabetes. Avoiding animal products and high-fat foods may lower the risk of developing certain types of cancer, including colorectal, breast, and prostate cancer. Avoiding saturated fat and trans fat found in dairy products, meat, and fried foods can reduce the risk of Alzheimer's disease and other cognitive conditions. So we might think that the vegan diet or whole food plant-based diet won't provide us with enough nutrients, especially protein, calcium, iron, or omega-3 fatty acids. So first I'd like to talk about protein. So adequate protein is very important, okay? But more protein is not always better. Excess amount of protein is either stored as fat or is excreted along with important minerals such as calcium. So on an average, you need 0.8 gram per kilo body weight. So if you're 60 kilos, you need 48 gram of protein a day. If you're 70 kilos, you need 56 gram of protein a day. So if you're on a diet rich in whole grains, legumes, nuts and seeds, and vegetables, it will provide all the protein your body needs with the antioxidants and phytochemicals and without the saturated fat that is present in animal foods. Now, the second myth I would like to talk about is calcium. That you won't get enough calcium from a vegan diet. Now, did you know that 1 cup of cooked soybeans has 98 milligrams of calcium? 2 cups of cooked broccoli has 125 milligrams of calcium. 1 cup of cooked collards has 268 milligrams of calcium. Now, the calcium present in the cow's milk is from the calcium-rich plants that the cow eats. Calcium is a mineral that is present in the ground, and that's the reason the plants that are grown in the ground are excellent sources of calcium. So a diet rich in leafy greens, vegetables, beans, and plant-based milks are all great sources of calcium to build strong bones. Now, if you think human beings are the only species who consume other mammals' milk, and because of casomorphins present in dairy, it is so addictive. It may sound challenging to eliminate dairy from your diet, but you will be surprised how your taste buds adjust. Now, to build strong bones, you need sunlight for vitamin D production, consume vitamin D fortified foods, eat calcium-rich plant-based foods, exercise regularly, especially weight-bearing activities, and limit high sodium meal from processed or packaged foods. Avoid excessive proteins, because if you remember, your body will eliminate calcium with excess protein, and avoid tobacco and alcohol. Now, the third one I would like to talk about is iron. Iron is present in plant-based foods such as spinach, collard greens, lentils, broccoli, and chickpeas. And the last one is omega-3 fatty acid, which is an essential fatty acid, right, which is anti-inflammatory and very important for our brain health and immune function. Now, fish oil is recommended as a supplement for omega-3 fatty acids, but it is available in huge quantities in flax seeds, chia seeds, hemp seeds, and walnuts. The only supplementation which is recommended is vitamin B12 supplementation. If you are on a vegan diet, it cannot be adequately obtained from a plant-based diet due to our diligent sanitation. Otherwise, a whole food plant-based diet or vegan diet is rich in antioxidants, phytochemicals, and fiber that are healthful and nutritionally adequate. Now, think about the bigger picture and the environmental impact of producing meat versus plant-based foods. In 2013, the U.S. Environment Protection Agency reported that more than half the streams in the United States are now unfit for aquatic life. Also, in the U.S., 2/3 of the land for growing crops are used to feed livestock, and only 8% is used to feed humans directly. It takes 4 million gallons of water for 1 ton of beef, whereas 52,000 gallons for sugar beets, 85,000 for vegetables, and 100,000 for starchy roots. I found 2 interesting facts from the Plant Nutrition Project. The first one is 12,000 gallons of water is the amount required to produce 10 pounds of beef, whereas 12,000 gallons of water is enough for a family of 4 for a year. Now, the second one is if everyone in the world ate a plant-based diet, 5 billion football fields. 1 football field is 1.3 acres, so 5 billion football fields worth of land could be returned to forests. Now, when we talk about greenhouse gas emissions that include methane release due to ruminant digestion, manure decomposition, nitrous nitrous oxide due to heavy amount of fertilizers, carbon dioxide released due to the growth of crops to feed livestock or to clear forests for grazing. Every carbon dioxide molecule we put in the atmosphere from fossil carbon burning or from meat consumption stays in the atmosphere for 10,000 years. 10,000 years. And we do not have much reserve left before we reach 2 degrees of warming, which would be disastrous for human civilization. So if you are interested, you can learn more about the benefits of whole food plant-based diet or vegan diet in Dr. Campbell's nutritionstudies.org, Dr. Michael Greger's nutritionfacts.org, Physician Committee for Responsible Medicine, Dr. Esselstein's work on preventing and treating and reversing heart disease, Dr. Dean Ornish lifestyle medicine program, the Plantation Project. These are all evidence-based programs and links will be shared with you. This will help you decide if that's the right fit for you, for your lifestyle and for your health. Thank you so much.
So after this insight from Dr. Dutta, we come to an end of the first part of veganism. We'll come up with the second part soon, where we will be talking about the lifestyle myths that come along with adopting veganism. So the first part was completely about nutritional myths and what I felt when I took vegan. And with these insights, we have more details on how veganism affects your body and the health benefits, and how choosing veganism can actually help you better your health, the environment, and save the animals. With this, I'd like to say thank you so much for listening, and we'll soon come up with the part 2, wherein I'll be talking to one of my very good friends whom I work with, Ms. Garima. She has taken up veganism for the last 1 year, and she'll be telling us why she took it and what kind of changes, lifestyle changes she brought in, so that she can lead a sustainable life. So by veganism is a way of living a sustainable life and making this earth a better place to live. Thank you so much.